Wendy's had a buffet back in the
What?
day. Yeah.
Wendy's buffet?
In Princeton, Illinois. Well, the only thing I remember is they had tortillas, and they had meat in like cheese sauce that you could dip. So I would get like a soft taco, and I put meat, and then I would just like pour the cheese on it, and then
That's where your unhealthy love of cheese sauce came from.
roll it up and have cheese dripping out the other side. Oh, it's awesome. So good. It's so bad. Okay, well, that only took 50 minutes to get it to work right.
Hey, I threw ribs on at noon thinking we would be done. So at 3, I got to do rib stuff. So hopefully.
That's fine, because my family that's taking a nap is probably going to be done by then. Oh, my God. So we've been screwing around with this for 50 minutes trying to get it to work, and it seemed like the only problem was I had to plug my camera into a different USB port. So it's working now. Welcome, everybody, to Good Luck With That episode 9. Is it 9? I think it's 9.
9 times.
I looked earlier, but it's been so long now I forgot.
I think it's 9. 8 or 9.
Jeez. All right. So we were supposed to have Mr. Andrew Jenkins on today, but he, I guess, had something
He's a
to go
loser.
to. All of a sudden, he was just like, hey, I can't be there. And I was like, okay, whatever. We'll have you next time.
Got like a family and a shop and yeah, he's busy.
It sounded like it may have been something that she was probably like, I told you last week we had to do this.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you didn't.
I'll get that all the time. I was like, I told you all about this. And I was like, I've never heard those words before.
What did you just say?
So,
yeah.
Oh,
my wife wanted to take my truck this morning when I was all asleep, and I was like, what? No. She's like, why? I want to take it. You're not doing anything. And I was like, I'm doing stuff with it today. I did the stuff.
You did? What'd you do today?
I put in a new GPS for my radio, for my ham radio, but it doesn't work, so now I'm mad.
Oh. All right. So how long has it been? What did I tell you? I went to the lawyer.
No, the last time we talked, you were getting your paperwork together to go to the lawyer. 'Cause it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while now. Okay. Wow. I went to the lawyer, and he wrote me a letter to send to the warranty people to make them make like an official, this is what's going on, or give them another chance to give me the money, and also to send me the inspector's report so I know exactly what the problem is. And I had to get a letter from the dealer that has the car and the dealer I bought it from that both say that there's a catalytic converter on the car. I'm going to put those in with the lawyer's letter. I'm going to put the pictures in with the lawyer's letter. And I'm going to send that off certified mail so I know that they get it.
Yeah.
And both those letters are signed by a real person on the company letterhead. I got one of them already. The other one said that they're going to mail it to me, so it's a real piece of paper. So I'm waiting on that one. I was going to send it all off this week, but I don't have the second one yet. So that's where we're at now, but he did find that in the contract it said that the maximum payout for... Okay, so the maximum payout like total is $6,500. I think I told you that. Maybe.
Yeah, I think you said that. Yep.
The engine's $9,300, so that's not enough. But the maximum payout on engine claims is $3,000.
What the fuck?
So for me to fight this the way it says in the contract, I have to get a mediator, and then I am responsible for half of whatever that guy wants to listen to us fight about it.
Yeah.
So whatever that cost, then they can still say, no, we're not giving you the money. In that case, we have to go to get 3 arbitrators to listen to it again, basically the same thing, which I have to pay half of.
Yeah. Up front. right?
Probably. I don't know. I don't even know. Well, with 3 people, I mean, we have to pay 3 people now for this one, plus the other guy. So that's 4 people. And then that it says is non-binding. So whatever they decide, they can still say we're not going to give you the money. And then at that point, then we have to go to court.
Yeah.
So by that point, I will have already spent the money that I'm trying to get from them, because I just had to pay the lawyer $450 for an hour and a half worth of work. And that's just to look at my stuff and then write this letter and then he met with me. So it's like, it's not even worth it. If this doesn't work, I think my only hope is that they officially declare that the car was never eligible for the warranty.
Yeah, and you get your money back at least for that.
Well, then I can go to the dealer and say, hey, you guys sold me this car with this warranty, and it was never eligible for this warranty. The engine blew up in 7 months.
Yeah.
Then I can say, let's come to an agreement before so I don't have to go report you to the dealer board.
Yeah.
So then at that point, I can report them to the dealer board if they don't want to make me a deal, and then they can revoke their license until it's settled, which they don't want. So that's kind of my only hope. Other than that, I'm just planning on getting a $10,000 loan and buying an engine. I need to get the car back. This truck isn't going to last forever.
Yeah. I mean, you're paying on the car, and
I just made the payment today.
it's like, do you keep paying and get it fixed, or do you just stop paying? And yeah, no good options.
So yeah, that's my best option. I kind of hope that they declare it ineligible, because then I'll have something to go on to the dealer board and do that.
Yeah.
So that's going on. Still driving the truck. I went to Monster Trucks last night, Monster Jam at the Pepsi Center.
Yeah, and you took the Dodge and you went in the tough truck competition. You won.
Yeah, I was doing better tricks than the Monster Trucks. No.
Yeah.
So Will and I went to that. That was pretty cool. He liked it, and then he kind of got bored and was climbing all over the seats, and it was only 2 hours, so it wasn't all that long. They had 4-wheelers and other trucks. They weren't trucks. They were like the Polaris Razor type thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
UTV, I guess.
Sides.
And the only thing, like, there's not enough room in the Pepsi Center. Like, it's the size of a basketball court, basically. Yeah. So there's 4 trucks on one side, 4 trucks on the other side. In the middle, there's like a mound of dirt. And that's all that was the whole thing.
Yeah. Not a huge area.
I don't know what else they could have done. So that was kind of cool. It was freaking, we were looking Will wanted a hot dog, and that's all he wanted. So we were looking for hot dogs. So this place had hot dogs on the menu. So I went in there and I grabbed 2 beers out of the cooler. So I'm all right, I'm going to have 2 beers, and he got a water, and I'm going to get a hot dog. And I get up there and I'm like, you got a hot dog? And they're like, no, we don't got a hot dog.
What?
So I paid for the beers and the water, and it was $35 for 2 beers and a water.
How much was the beer?
I don't know. These guys behind me were talking to me because I had my Furniture Row hat on, and I was trying to pay and talk to them. So we got a couple hot dogs. They were $6.50 each down the hall. So I spent $13 on hot dogs, $35 on 2 beers. And then he wanted cotton candy, and I said, well, wait till this is over. It's almost over, and we'll go get some on the way out. So we walked like halfway around there, and there was no cotton candy. They'd all closed up by that time.
Dang it.
So he got I should have brought it down. I think he's taking a nap with it. It's like this big. It's pretty big. It's like a stuffed animal, like a plushie, I guess. Monster truck.
Cool.
That was $25. That wasn't so bad. That's fine. He's gonna use that a lot. But man,
yeah,
$35 for 2 beers. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, you overpaid. You should have hid one in your fanny pack or something.
And they open them.
Yeah.
you can't have an unopened. So they opened both of them, and they opened his water bottle and threw the cap away.
Yep.
So now I'm trying to hold 2 beers stacked on top of each other and a hot dog.
And water.
And
For the kid.
I poured the water in our water bottles, which I put in his backpack because he had a backpack.
There you go. At least you had that. Should put the beer in the water bottles.
I thought about it. I almost did it. If I would have gotten two of the same, I would have done it. Then I could have drank that on the train on the way home. So, and a hot dog, and he's got his hot dog with one hand, and his hand is like this
Tiny.
big.
Yep.
And I'm like, hold it with both hands, because if you drop this, I'm out $6.50, and you don't get another one.
You'll be hungry.
So he didn't drop it somehow, but that was cool. We rode the train there, which took an hour, and then it was 2 hours, and then we rode the train back, which took another hour. So we got back at like 10:30, something like that, back home.
That's cool. They had monster trucks here yesterday, but I didn't go.
I don't think I've ever been to monster trucks, like actually in person. I think that was the first time.
They had monster trucks when I was a kid at the Will County Fair. I went to those. I've never been to Monster Jam, like with Gravedigger and those guys.
The Gravedigger was the only one I'd heard of. Well, no, there was the zombie one where they have the arms that stick out.
Oh, I've seen that one. That used to be something else.
And there's El Toro Loco, which is like a bull.
Toro Bull, I've seen that.
Those are the only three that I've ever heard of. Ugh.
Was there the diesel one from the Diesel Power guys? That used to be Goldberg.
There wasn't a diesel one, but there was a Black Ops one, which was kind of shaped like a
Army truck kind of thing.
Army truck, future truck, helicopter mix, just like the shape of its body. I don't know. I'd have to
it's all like
pictures.
square and flat, like a stealth plane, kind of.
It was kind of cool looking. And then there was Scooby Doo, which was a lady.
Oh, a lady.
There was another dog. It's like Monster Mutt or something.
Oh, yeah. Looks like the Muttmobile from Dumb and Dumber, kind of.
It's got big floppy ears.
Yeah. There's no fur on it. It's just kind of painted tan.
Then there was a dump truck one, which was like Earthshaker.
Ooh, that's cool.
A shark, which was Megalodon. So that's the plushie he got, was that one. That was his favorite.
That's good. Yeah.
What else? I think, was that it?
So random.
And Gravedigger. Gravedigger was there. So, man, he did a backflip. I put that on Facebook. I'll have to get the video. He was the only truck to do a backflip.
Was it Gravedigger or was it Son of Gravedigger? Was it the blue and black or was it green and black?
It was green.
It was green.
Yeah.
Dang.
Had red headlights.
Yeah, that's the best one.
So that was cool. I'd probably go. I don't know how much she paid for the tickets. I'd do it again, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that happened was last Sunday when we were supposed to do this, my basement flooded.
Yay!
So, oh man, Laura came down here to get the laundry. And she's like, why is there water on the floor? And then she came in here and there was like an inch of water on the floor. I had these foam tiles that fit together, like that you could put in the garage or whatever. Had those on the floor and they were floating.
Oh no.
And if you stepped on them, they'd like slide. So I was most worried about, because I've got a battery backup that the computer's plugged into, and all this was on because I was uploading a video or something. I have the splitter for the internet, and then I have the whole power strip. All that stuff's on the floor.
Oh man.
So I was worried about, she was standing in the water. So I was trying to get it shut off and unplugged.
Ow.
So we ended up taking everything out of here. The TV. So the water was coming behind the TV that I'm looking at now. There's a window in like a window well, and the water was dripping from the top of that.
Oh shit.
So it was dripping down and splattering on the back of the TV. So we got it all out of here. and then we squeegeed water across the hall into the drain because our drain's over where the furnace is, and cleaned it all up. And then I put it all back in here and hooked it all up, and it all worked except my TV. When I plugged the HDMI into number one, it would come on and shut off and like flicker and shut off. And I'm like, fuck.
Oh.
So then I'm looking at TVs because I figure that it's no good. And I found at Micro Center they've got a, crap, man, it was like a 75 or 65. It was a 65.
Mm-hmm.
OLED, LG. Had all the fancy stuff. It's supposed to it's supposed to sync with like NVIDIA graphics cards. So like when you're playing a game, it works better. Like 120 refresh rate. It was pretty nice. Yeah. So, and it was 1,700. So I'm like, all right, guess I got to get a TV or do something.
I'll get a loan for 12,000, not 10,000. Fuck it.
And then later I plugged the cable into number 2 port on the TV and it works fine. So I didn't have to buy a TV.
That helps. I was having HDMI issues with my home theater. So anybody who watches this who doesn't know, I have a projection screen, big theater in my basement. I built after my basement flooded. Tried to poof out in my house. And I was having all sorts of communication issues with video. And I thought it was these cheap ass Amazon Basics HDMI cords I have because a bunch of those have failed on me already. And it turns out there was one that went from the ceiling, because I have like in-wall HDMIs. It went from the ceiling to the projector. I have this little short white one, so it blends in. And it was that one. So I put an Amazon Basics one I had laying around still, because I bought like 20 of these fucking things. So I was like, all right, well, I'll plug this in and get the right ones on order. I plugged it in and it worked, and it's working, and I'm not touching it.
Yeah. That's like with your computer. If you got it set up to record and do stuff, you don't want any Windows updates. You don't want any updates or anything because it'll reset all your settings.
Yeah.
If it's working, don't touch it. Just like this computer, I thought it was just having a fit because sometimes, like every few months, it'll just go through this thing where it will not start up or it won't boot Windows. It'll just sit there on the screen and never load, or something weird like this camera thing freezing the whole computer will happen, and I'll mess with it for like an hour or two, and then eventually it'll just start working and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what we did today, I think. So what? Your basement flooded with clean water, right? It was like tap water.
Yeah, it wasn't poop water.
That's good.
So we cleaned it all out. I put everything back together, and it wasn't leaking anymore. Like there was no more water coming in. So that night we waited till everyone was done. We shut off the water to the house just in case, so it didn't flood while we were sleeping. Because I kept waking up and hearing like the water heater kick on or something, and thinking that there was water flooding the basement. So
water PTSD.
We turned it on in the morning, and then I turned it off again before I went to work. So that was Monday, and then Tuesday, a plumber could come out Tuesday. So I left work like 3 hours early so I could meet the plumber here.
Yeah.
And as he's walking down the stairs, I'm telling him what happened. And he's like, yeah, it's your freeze bib. Freeze bib is what he called it.
Yeah.
It goes from the pipe to the outdoor spigot.
Yeah.
So if it does freeze, it breaks that instead of breaking the pipe.
Yeah, so you have a leak, but not a full whoosh broken pipe.
Yeah, if the pipe broke, it wouldn't shut off unless you shut the water off to the whole place.
Yeah.
So he gave me an estimate. It's like, so I had to pay him $40 to come out here. I didn't have the money to pay him to fix it. So I said, I'll call you later and you can come out and do it. The estimate's $350 with another $40 for him to come back out. But he said if he comes back out to do it, he'll take $25 off. But then we have to repair the drywall too, because he's got to cut a hole in the wall to get to it.
Yep.
So that's going to cost whatever else.
I have faith that you can do that yourself, because I think a hose bib is about $40.
That's what everyone has told me. Just do it yourself. Because I don't know exactly where the pipe is. Like I'm looking up on my ceiling. There's like a box, a square in the corner where the the ducting goes. The furnace blows out there. And that's where he was looking, but I don't know exactly where I need to cut the hole in the wall.
Go outside and figure out where your hose bib is, and like measure to that window or whatever, something close by that goes through to the room so you can check it. Then measure back from inside, like, oh, to the edge of the window is 2 feet. Go inside from the edge of the window, 2 feet. Okay, cut here, and then you cut it on the studs so that when you put the new drywall or that piece back in,
Oh,
through
okay.
to, and then you tape the joints up when you're done, and you mud over them and you paint them.
Okay. Well, the
YouTube
wall
it.
has like
Fine.
this texture, like looks like someone
That's the worst.
stuck a sponge on there, so it's gonna be flat unless I can figure out how to do that.
Yeah, that was the one thing I farmed out when I did my basement was that and carpet because I could not match the texture. We have a skip trowel or skip trough, I don't know what they call it, texture, but he matched it really good. So maybe that you get a drywall guy for, but either way, you got to get a drywall guy in there to patch it. So
Is that where they just spray the splatter stuff on and then like smooth over it so it's flat but there's low spots?
yeah, it looks like, I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to describe it. I think it's supposed to look like an old school plaster wall, like not perfectly smooth. Like
Yeah.
they spray some mud on there and then they kind of trowel it real light. So there's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
high spots and lows and like kind of texture. I don't know. I hate it. It's stupid. Illinois style. We're like, yeah, you're going to have to patch that one day. Just make it flat and it'll be fine.
So that's how my parents' kitchen is, and I remember the guys coming out and spraying the walls, and then
Yeah.
they just go like wipe over it. And
Yeah.
yeah, this looks like somebody took a sponge and was like,
Yeah. Good luck matching that texture. It's okay. Whoa.
whoa, your house fell over.
Yeah, my house fell down. It's back.
Yeah, I could probably do it. I don't know. I see. There's things like cut on the studs that I don't think of because I've never actually done something like that to a house before.
Yeah, we did a lot of that growing up, and then I did YouTube. Man, YouTube. When we're
Yeah.
done now talking, you can find anything. That's how I built my theater because I went to some of the like home theater places in town, and I was like, "Hey, I want to build a home theater because my basement flooded. What do I need to do?"
Mhm.
They're like, "You need to get fucking bent, kid." And I was like, "I'm 30 years old. You first off, fuck. Second off, I will." And I went online and I researched it and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and like I bought cheap shit off Amazon. Nothing I own is like top of the line. It's like the cheapest shit you can get on Amazon. I bought a receiver, cheap. Everything's cheap. But I have an Atmos surround sound 100-inch movie theater in my basement.
Mhm.
And that was YouTube. I found that on YouTube.
So since you had to redo drywall, did you run the cables through the wall?
Yeah, it's all hidden. My
That
speakers are in the walls, man. I don't even have floor speakers.
that's what I want. I want a house that has like the cable comes in here into the modem, and then I can plug all the Ethernet cables into the wall that go to every room in the house.
Yeah, I did that too. Because this house, it said it came wired, but it was not wired. There were a couple of coax around in places, but a lot of them you couldn't find where they ended. Like they were just in a wall somewhere, and apparently somebody somewhere where they were, but I didn't. So I did all that. I ran coax and Ethernet to each room. Basically, every room has two coax and Ethernet in it on two different walls.
Whoa.
And except for the kitchen, I didn't run anything to the kitchen because I didn't think I needed it. But like the living room, all three bedrooms all have two coax and two Ethernet to each one, which I did Cat 6 wiring to, so it's all gig speed. If I had gig speed, but my network's gig speed. And I got a switch in the panel downstairs, and I got all my cable in the panel down there. And then I got I don't know, what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 speakers have their own pinouts. And then I also ran like a panel in the wall that you could plug floor speakers into.
Okay.
Road. I ran all the wires for that, and then they're in the panel behind the TV too, so you could hook those up if you didn't want to use the in-wall system. Like if you had a set of speakers you really, really wanted to hear or listen to, or a subwoofer or something like that, because I also have subwoofer that's coax in the walls, and I have subwoofer channels that are like if you had an amplifier, and then passive subwoofers that needed to be powered by something, you could run those too. And HDMI in the table, or in the cables are falling. I have HDMI in the ceiling ×2, and then I have low voltage triggers for the screen, and then the projector, and they go back to the receiver unit. So theoretically, you could set it up so that you turn on the receiver, that turns on the projector, and then lowers the screen. And when you turn everything off, it raises the screen, stuff like that. I didn't do any of that, but it's all there if I ever do that one day.
That'd be cool. Well, yeah, I need that, at least the Ethernet to the rooms, because to get internet down here in this room, so like my desk with my modem is directly above me. So we came out of there with an Ethernet, and then we snuck it into, like, I don't remember if it's a cable outlet that comes through the wall. We snuck it in like behind, so it goes into the wall.
There you go.
And then right below that, there's a hole in the ceiling here where they ran the AC lines over to the furnace.
Yep.
So I was able to sneak it down through behind an outlet plastic into the wall, through a hole in the floorboard in the wall, and then it comes down through this hole in this ceiling where the AC, it all kind of lines up. And then I ran it down the wall and then over to my computer. And that's how I have internet down here. And then that splits off and goes to a Wi-Fi router and my computer. And then I used to have it one going to the TV and then one going to my PlayStation when it was down here, but I don't need that crap anymore. So,
yeah.
And then in the bedroom, we needed one. I ended up getting, a while ago, I got these power line adapters where you plug it straight into the outlet, one here in this room and one in this room, and the internet will go through the power lines.
Yep.
I did that event originally to have internet down here, but like its fastest was like 30 megabits per second or something like that.
Not super fast, but it works.
So right now I have that going into my bedroom and the PlayStation plugged into it because that's where we watch Netflix and all that crap off the PlayStation onto the TV in our bedroom. But if I had just had that, if this house was just wired for that, I would just be like, plug, 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 done.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of set myself up for. And I had my whole home theater on the network, and I was getting some weird issues. I had a DVD player, I think, was part of the problem. It would crash my network, and it finally died. I bought it. That's the one thing I paid full price for, because I was like, I've always had crappy DVD players that shit out and are slow and are glitchy. So I bought this fancy Sony Blu-ray, basically the best one you can buy at Best Buy, not Home Depot.
Don't skimp on the Blu-ray player. Don't get the cheap, crappy one. I'll tell you about that if you want. Okay, sorry.
No, don't buy the most expensive one either, because it's no better than the cheap, crappy one.
We had to take. Oh my god, we had to exchange it, and oh my god, we learned so much about that once when we bought one. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Don't buy the cheapest, but don't buy the most expensive one, because it's no better than the cheapest one.
Yeah. Well,
crap. I'm so mad.
So my story about that is we just wanted one. We got a cheap one. It was like, I don't know, it was like $40 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Brought it home. Found out that there's no Wi-Fi built into it.
What?
You have to buy something else that plugs into like a USB that's like a Wi-Fi receiver for it.
Oh my God.
So I couldn't find that. I couldn't buy that anywhere. So I returned it and I got a Sony one, which was like $70. But it said it had Wi-Fi built in. So I got that. And it does. It works. It has YouTube and apps and crap on it. But it's really, really unresponsive. Like it's like a second or two after you push the button before it responds on the screen.
Yeah.
So, and it's set up kind of like a PlayStation where there's like a row and then you pick what you want, and then there's a row this way to select what you want. And it's just like it's so bad. It's like almost unusable because of that.
That's mine is it was a Sony, and I know exactly what you mean.
So I think if I had to buy a new Blu-ray player, I'd probably go. I don't know. I'd probably look at the ones in the 100 to 150 range, I suppose. Because hopefully they got better hardware or software that you can actually use them.
I would say don't buy a Sony because I bought a $200 Sony at Best Buy and it was terrible. It was awful.
Okay, maybe that's it then. It's just Sony.
Yeah, it sucked. I was like, this is going to be so good. It's a Sony. It's a nice one. It's got all these apps. They had like, I don't know, 10 apps and like half of them were Indian. And I'm like, I don't want to watch TV from India. I don't care.
No, there was like 30 apps down the video one, and there was YouTube, and that's the only one that I would ever use. So
yeah, I think this one had YouTube and Hulu.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's stupid. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's junk. It finally died. Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk Steph into getting an Apple TV box soon.
I don't know exactly what that is. I'm guessing it's like a Hulu or Amazon or Netflix, right?
Like a Roku. It runs all that stuff, but it's like a Roku, kind of. It's like the hardware side of it. And then they have their own service, Apple TV service. You have to have an Apple TV box to watch it, or an Apple product, I guess you could watch it on too. But then like from your iPhone, you can do screen mirroring and you can run all these apps, and it streams in 4K with Dolby Atmos. Like all sorts of cool stuff. That's what I'm most excited about is streaming Dolby Atmos audio for my movies. Like when I have to buy a hard copy still to get Atmos right now, which if you haven't ever sat in a home theater with Atmos, it's amazing. It's so much better than just like a 5.1. It's got speakers overhead. I've got 2 speakers, so it sounds like stuff's like, if a plane flies over you, it sounds like it flies over you.
Yeah.
Not like it kind of flies around the edge of the room. Little things like that. And I'm a sound nerd and a movie kind of nerd. I like that stuff, and it's awesome. But I'd have to get the hard copy, either rent it or buy it, which kind of defeated the purpose of all those streaming boxes for me.
Is that how it works, though? It's got like exclusive stuff, like on Netflix you can only watch Netflix stuff, or can you watch regular TV on it? Or
you can watch your Netflix on an Apple TV box.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Roku. Like Roku, you can watch Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Amazon Prime, like all that stuff. But the Apple TV, their claim to fame is it puts it all on one homepage. So like it's not like you have to scroll through, okay, Netflix, I don't want anything on there, okay, Prime. It puts it all on the homepage, supposedly. So I'm really excited about that.
And you have to open all those now. Like we watch the PlayStation, I'll have to go over to like video media, and then it'll load this thing that has Disney Plus and Amazon and Hulu and YouTube and Twitch, and then I'll have to pick one of those, and then that has to load up, which takes 30 seconds to a minute, every time.
Dang.
Yeah, it's probably more like 30 seconds. Which is a long time when you're sitting there waiting for it to load.
Yeah. So this basically puts everything on your homepage, and then you just select it. Like I want to watch the newest episode of the Grand Tour. It'll be right on your homepage. You click on it, it automatically goes and plays it in Amazon Prime from your homepage. Like you don't have to go to Amazon Prime and then select it.
That's better.
It's a streaming box basically, like Amazon has their little streaming stick and Roku and all them. It's basically that, but it's its own little box, and it's like $200, which I'm not thrilled about, but it's supposed to be cool.
Yeah, that TV would have been so good because this one I have is like very new, early first generation smart TV. It's a Sony Bravia is what it's called.
Yeah.
And it's like 30 refresh rate. It's probably barely 1080. The smart functions were so bad when I got it that it's basically unusable.
Yeah, we have an LG like that. It's an early smart TV, and like YouTube works, but it's super glitchy and they don't support it anymore.
Even the one we got in our bedroom, it's a Vizio, but it's quite a bit newer than this one. Hell, I got this one before I even moved in with Laura, so it's like at least 8 years old. So say we got the one in our bedroom 4 years ago. It's a smart TV and it kind of works, but it's just easier to use the PlayStation still.
Yeah, the smart TV is cool, but it's like a TV with a built-in DVD player. As soon as the built-in DVD player stops working, what do? You don't use it. You know, you got to plug a DVD player into it now. I don't know. I'm not a fan, really.
Yeah, that OLED and just being so new, and I think it's actually 4K, and with the 120 refresh rate, oh man, it just would have been night and day difference to what I'm looking at right now.
Well, you can throw a baseball at your TV and blame Will and then get a new one.
I was a little bit sad, like I was and I wasn't when it started working. I was like, damn it, that's cool, I guess.
Don't obviously spend $2,000 on a TV.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but I do want a new. Well, see, what I would do now is if I decided to go get one, I'd put the new one down here and then put this one up in the living room or something.
What do you have in the living room now?
Nothing. It's just the other computer's up there. It's got like a 24-inch computer monitor.
Yeah.
And it's HD, but it's nothing fancy. And that's what we watched NASCAR on. We would sit up there at the computer and watch it.
You don't have a TV up there?
We got TV in our bedroom, and I got my big TV down here for the computer. And Gwen's got like a 30-something inch in her room.
Strange. Okay.
Well, no one wants to sit down here because there's only 2 spots, and this is like a love seat couch.
And I know. Why don't you put your little TV down there and your big TV in the living room?
Because I don't really have a desk down here. It's set up to have the TV be my monitor out there.
Okay.
And then my keyboard and stuff are on this table that lifts up. So it's like a coffee table.
Yeah.
If I had a desk, I would do that, but
Okay.
This is more comfortable. I don't know. Nobody watches TV. If we watch TV, we're in our own room.
All right. There you go.
And then the few times we had people over, we would just carry this TV upstairs and plug it into the computer. And then, yeah, we're not all trying to watch on a 20-inch screen. Actually, today is the Clash.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
It started at 1, I think.
And here we are talking on the damn Discord instead of watching Hillbilly Roundy Round.
Yeah.
What station is it on?
It's probably Fox Sports, whatever that is.
Sports. Let's go see if we can find it on the telly.
It's like HD, Fox Sports.
Oh, Fox Sports? Not like Fox?
It's not regular Fox. It's going to be the fancy Fox.
I don't get fancy Fox.
Like there's regular NBC and there's NBCSN.
Yeah, I don't have that. We're going back over here now.
I used to have an app, but they only did Fox. They do Fox through the first half of the season, and I didn't need it anymore, so I deleted it off my phone.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can get it. Well, probably not because they cut off. Oh, man. So I think I told you about this. They were going to raise my Comcast bill, and the only way to keep the bill from not going up more than like $6 is I had to cancel all my cable and just have internet.
Lame. Yeah, I don't have cable or satellite anymore.
What else is going on?
I almost got stuck in my truck yesterday in a valley. It was scary. I cried a little, like a girl.
In a rock valley? You don't have snow over there. We got.
I do. Well, not here. Not like you guys got. I was sending you pictures of no snow while you guys are getting shit on. But in the oil field, there's some wet areas from snow that's been melting on the north side of some of these hills.
Yeah.
And the mud out there is insane. It was all dry. Everything was good. We went up to this antenna site and well pad, and we were kind of looking out. It was at 7,000 something feet above Aztec, which was pretty cool. Probably like 2,000 feet above the floor. We went up there. We were playing around. There was a little bit of mud, no big deal. We're like, oh, well, let's go further back in and explore because everything was pretty dry. And I went down this big hill that was all mud, and I was like, well, we're not going back now. And we had to go up 3 pretty decent hills that were mud and clay, and it was bad. The first one wasn't too bad. The second one was a little worse. The third one, we barely made it over the hill. The little, I had the little mud and snow traction control function on, and so it doesn't let you just like roast the tires off, but it was working for its money last night. But we made it out to this kind of main road, which I was hoping would be like a nice graded county road, and it looked like that on the map, but we got there and it was just as bad as the road we came off of, and I was like, fuck. But we went like 2 miles up it. We had to go up one little muddy spot, but it really wasn't that bad. And then from there on out, it was basically dry, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. And we made it finally to a main county road that I knew, and I was like, okay, back to pavement. We're done here today. I've had enough.
Yeah. Will, I was bringing, let's see what. Yeah, I was bringing Will home in the truck, and the roads were super slushy.
Yeah.
So, and I unlocked the hubs before we left. There, I can get it. It's FS1. It just brought him back. Let's see. I'll wait till it says what the hell they're doing. They're following the pace car. So there was like deep slush on the roads. So we were just hitting the slush, and it was spraying up really high on both sides and hitting the windshield. And they're crashing.
Oh, don't crash.
What?
I thought they were following the pace car.
Is that a replay? They just started and they crashed like a second later, or they're showing a replay. No, 3 to go. Clash at Daytona. Here, can we like put this in a video? Is that legal? Like if I do this, I can't do it unless I do this, and then I can do this, and then I can do this, and then I can do that. Oh, 19, you got squished. Uh-oh, now I broke it. Uh-oh, now I broke it again. Can you see it?
I see something.
There they go. They're crashing.
Hey, I gotta go check on my dogs. They're making bad noises. I'll be right back.
Okay. Man, that 19 hit the wall pretty hard. Here it goes.
That's 48.
There. He goes up and hits the wall. Bam! Bounces back down to the grass.
Is that your boy again? Is he the 19 this year?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know. Oh, here we go. This will be better. William Byron gets crooked. And
that's what I'm trying to figure out. How much
doesn't show. Ooh, there he is.
He hit the wall pretty hard, facing the wrong direction.
gripping
Oh,
the
he backed
tires.
into the wall. Car doesn't look that
Hey
bad.
guys, the strangest
It's
thing
only
about
like
that
2
is we
laps to
don't
go.
typically see that at Daytona.
They're gonna be
It
mad
just
at
looks
you
like
on
it's all the outside
putting all their
light
hillbilly
merging
around me
so
around on the telly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like doctor that up a little bit. Wait, can I stop?
Well, I think because you don't have the sound in there, you probably won't notice.
Maybe. Man, I'm getting copyright claims from a song that I used in 2016 that the
What?
guy actually, I contacted him back when it started happening, said, hey, these were fine, and now I'm getting all these copyright claims. What the hell? And he's like, well, it's not supposed to be doing that. So just
Same
go.
guy we talked about last time.
No, it was a different guy.
Huh.
Because I always used the songs before, and they were always fine. And he said, yeah, it's not supposed to do that, so just dispute it, and I'll just release the claim. And it's
Okay.
happened to 2 videos in the last couple weeks from 2016. So it's kind of weird.
Sons of bitches, anyhow.
Maybe it's because I'm so popular and big on YouTube that they're checking my videos now.
Yeah, we're getting big on YouTube, or you're getting big. Whatever. Same difference.
What time you got to get your meat?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I just gotta put it in some pans and cover it and put it back on the smoker. I'm smoking ribs. They're pretty good looking. Pretty excited about my ribs. What else? I put a winch on my truck and I put a ham radio in my truck.
Oh.
And I bought some stuff.
That reminds me of something I wanted to show you. I watched a video so this channel's called Smarter Every Day, and he's an engineer, so he does all kinds of experiments and physics stuff.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. He's got the reverse bicycle.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, opposite bicycle or something they call it. When you turn left, the wheel goes right. It's awesome.
Okay. So, well, the one I just watched the other day is about snatch blocks.
Snatch block.
Which is basically a pulley.
Yep.
But so he's like, you can't make a video about snatch blocks unless you get a Jeep stuck. So he's like, so let's go do that. So he got a Jeep stuck, and he showed that if you just pull your winch out and hook it straight to a tree or something, you're only pulling with the power that the winch has. But if you go out to the tree through a pulley and then back to the Jeep, you'll get double the power that the winch has.
Yeah, it'll double your pulling force. Yep.
That's
awesome.
cool. I didn't
You'll
even
go at half the speed, but you get double the force.
I didn't ever really realize that, I guess. Like that it worked that way.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Science, bitch. You gotta put Jesse Pinkman in here going, science, bitch.
Yes, science.
I should have done something in science, whether it was computers or something, because I like that stuff.
We did scientific stuff for a minute. We were fucking doing science all the time. Bitch.
Yeah, nowadays I'm like, I don't really want to work on cars as much anymore, as I'd rather do something that I get paid a lot for and have to do less work. Like less physical work, I mean.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know. I couldn't sit in an office all day, though. I'd start freaking out like some of these people do.
As long as I was creating something, like I can sit down here for hours and edit and upload and make thumbnails and do that kind of crap. But if I have to sit at a computer and do work for a company that's not what I want to do, all day, every day, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably say this sucks.
Yeah, I'd go crazy.
At JC Whitney, I sat in a cubicle and I had a computer and I'd answer the phone, and then I had to put these people's orders in for them. Basically, like on the company's website, they would like make orders and then I would search for it and order it for them, basically. So stupid.
That happens all the time. But people are retarded, especially people who still shop at JC Whitney.
And call to make their orders.
Yeah.
In a call center. Oh, man. The best thing about that job was if they weren't busy they would ask you if you want to go home.
That's awesome.
And I'd be like, hell yeah.
I'm out. I need some parts for a Mustang GT. And then I gotta go.
Yeah, I was only like 17, I think. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. And it was closer to like where all the cruising, hanging out town was than where I lived. So I'd leave there and then go straight downtown, I guess. If Peru has a downtown, Peru, Illinois.
Go down to Peru, Illinois. Yeah. Cruise the Sonic to the Dairy Queen.
It was Taco Bell, and then you go down 251 and then get on the back road, and it brings you in a circle back around to Taco Bell, kind of.
Circling the Taco Bell. Was it the Taco Bell near the interstate?
It was up a little ways.
So no, in town Taco Bell.
Yeah. And I didn't have enough.
Taco Hut growing up in Peru.
A Taco Hut?
A Kentucky Hut. It's a KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut in one building.
Oh no! What the hell did we have?
That is the rural Illinois shithole interstate town trifecta.
No, we didn't have that. We had a real Pizza Hut that I remember going to, and it had smoking on one side, non-smoking on the other side, and the buffet going down the middle.
Yep.
That Pizza Hut buffet was good. There's one like between here and Illinois, somewhere in Nebraska, and we stopped in that town again to get gas, but we couldn't stop to eat yet, and I don't think they were open for like another hour or something. And it's like the one Pizza Hut that's left that still has a buffet.
Oh man, that one in Laramie had a buffet. That was awesome.
Yeah, I used to do it all the time. Wendy's had a buffet back in the day. Yeah.
Wendy's buffet?
In Princeton, Illinois. Well, the only thing I remember is they had tortillas, and they had meat in like cheese sauce that you could dip. So I would get like a soft taco, and I put meat, and then I would just like pour the cheese on it, and then
that's where your unhealthy love of cheese sauce came from.
Roll it up and have cheese dripping out the other side. Oh, it was awesome. So good. It's so bad.
I've never seen a Wendy's buffet. That's so strange.
The only one I remember it being at was the Princeton, Illinois Wendy's. Right off the interstate.
That's cool.
I think Laura remembers it.
We went four-wheeling. It was delightful.
You had Wendy's?
Yeah, they have these little like kind of special burgers, but they're just like, I don't know, you just order them off the menu, but they're like specialty. Like one's like a bacon burger and the other one's like a chicken sandwich, basically dressed up. But they had a barbecue on it. It was so good. Way better than it should have been coming out of Wendy's.
I had a taco salad there the other day. Because I was looking... Laura's mom took me because she came and we were watching Will play soccer. And he wants a Wendy's kids meal instead of Happy Meal now. I guess they're better. Anyway. So she's like, I'm buying. I'm like, God, I don't want Wendy's. I just want to go home. But I was like, all right, I'll get something. And I was looking at the salads because I'm fat. and I didn't want to eat anyway at that moment. So then I saw a taco salad. And I'm like, I like tacos and it's a salad, so I'll get that. It was okay. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad.
I've never seen that, but I don't look at the salad menu.
It was only like $3 too, so it wasn't too much.
There you go.
So it snowed here. Like, did you see? Did I send you? Yeah, I did send you that picture. The tape measure in the snow, 10 inches.
10 inches of snow, yeah. And then I sent you a picture of it being 50 and sunny, and there you go.
Yeah, there's no snow there. Well, then I wake up this morning, and it's snowing. It's been snowing all day today.
More snow? Yeah, it's not snowing here, and it's 47 degrees.
Let me look at my my camera. Yeah, it might have stopped snowing now, but my truck's covered, definitely, so. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely covered.
It's dry and 47.
Man, I hate myself for not taking a picture, and I almost did it. I should have. when we got back to the parking ride at the light rail to get the truck last night from Monster Trucks,
Yeah.
we were leaving the parking garage, and it looks to me like there are cars parked up against the outside wall, and the wall doesn't go up all the way. There's like a green railing. It's like concrete and then a railing and then the second story. So it looks to me like they were pushing snow off the edge of the second story, and it was piling up and coming down through that grate. And there were two cars. There was like a Nissan SUV that was completely covered except the windshield and the hood were sticking out of this huge pile of snow.
Oh my God.
And there was another, it was like an Explorer or something that was halfway, the back of it was halfway covered. I don't believe, I need to go back right now.
I would beat some ass if I came back and found my truck like that.
It's so funny. I laughed. I don't know if Will knew what I was laughing at, but he laughed too. Oh, geez. I don't know.
Hey.
I used 4-wheel drive to get home Friday because I can drive it just fine, but it takes it a long time to get moving.
Yeah.
From a stoplight or something. And there was one where I was going uphill. I was turning and then I had to stop, and then everybody stopped to let me in. So I had to go. I was just going to wait for him. So I'm trying to go, but I'm stopped and I'm going uphill.
Come on, baby.
It took a while to get it going. So coming home Friday, I'm like, I just don't even feel like it. So I turned 4-wheel drive on, which is the first time I did it, and I didn't really have to, but I did it.
That's okay. I do that sometimes.
Yeah, so I don't really care. I don't know. I don't really care that it's snowing. I want it to snow enough that I can't get to work. Like that my truck is just like high centered, or I'm plowing snow with the differentials and I'm getting stuck.
That'd take a lot of snow to stop the dodge.
Yeah. Oh, what I started saying earlier was when we were hitting all that slush, I unlocked the hubs on the way home because I'm like, I don't need this anymore. And then we're hitting slush and we're getting close to the end. So I turned down a side street so I can turn around. So I whip it around, and it just happens to be in this intersection that's kind of tilted just a little bit. And when I went around it, it dug a rut in the snow. So I was stuck in that rut too. Right in this intersection. It's like a housing. So it's not like there was a lot of traffic. So I get out and I lock them again, 4-wheel drive. And then there's a truck coming that wants to pull in. So I'm trying to get going, and it's spinning the front and back tires and kind of like, man. And it got going. So then we were hitting more slush, and this slush was so deep, I just left the 4-wheel drive on. And I was getting like half 3/4 throttle and like cranking it to keep it going straight and to keep it moving. Like there was a lot of slush. It was deep.
Nice.
And then when we left to go to Monster Trucks, it was all melted, so we couldn't do it again. But we did succeed.
The mud we got in was like that. It was like frozen underneath still, or I guess not muddy yet. I don't know. It was weird. But the top like 4 inches was mud. Oh, it was horrible stuff. It was the devil. I don't like 4-wheeling on them oil-filled roads anymore. They're scary.
I like to do it, but I think that I've never like even been close to a place where I can get stuck for real. So
yeah. I definitely could have gotten stuck yesterday. There was a time going uphill, I had it matted, and the computer was like, "No, stupid, you don't get that." And it was driving basically. I was steering it, and it was going. You could have walked twice as fast as that truck was moving at one point. Like not even trying. You put your muck boots on, and you could have outwalked this truck easily.
Where we used to go camping, there was this clearing through I don't know, it's just a trail that people made that they just drive on all the time. And there was this like 20-yard section of just mud that was like to the bottom of the doors. And I was driving around by myself, and I went back there and I was like, all right, here we go. And I hit it going, I don't know, probably 20 or 30. It's probably, because it's in a forest, so I probably wasn't going that fast, but I was going fast enough that like halfway through it, the water splashed up and it must have hit that wire to the injection pump.
Touchdown.
And the truck died. And I'm like, ah! And it died and it kind of sputtered a few times and then it came back and I got out and I was like, oh my God. I just about pooped in the mud.
Yeah. The first hill I went up, because I haven't been in enough mud really to worry about it. So the first hill I went up, I was going and I went to give it more throttle. I was like, oh man, I need more. And it wasn't giving me more. And I was like, oh no, don't brake, truck. Now is not the time to fucking brake, truck. And it turns out it was being smarter than me, which is a good failure.
Like traction control?
Yeah, there's like traction control, which will keep your tires from spinning on the road. But then there's like an off-road traction control, which will give you a little bit of tire spin.
Nice.
So, because I needed some tire spin to shed the mud and keep going up the hill, but not so much that it was like out of control. So it found that balance, and it was like, "Yep, we're moving. Shut up, boy." I had to put the rear locker in. I didn't go into 4 low because I thought I needed a little bit more momentum. So I kept it in 4 high with the rear locker on, and I was just like, "Oh, blessed mother of acceleration, don't fail me now."
Someone asked me the other day if I've seen Blues Brothers, and I'm like, you kidding me?
That was like on WGN every day. At least twice.
I must have watched it 300 times.
Yeah, I quote that movie basically line for line.
That and Back to the Future, I think, are probably the two.
Back to the Future was good, but they didn't play that as much by me. They played it a lot, but not like to the point where I could quote it.
No, my mom recorded all that stuff on VHS, so that's how I watched them. I don't think we owned a single like real copy of a movie or a show.
Off TV. Yeah, that's what we had. I think we had a Blues Brothers bootleg like that. I think we got my dad Star Wars for his birthday or Father's Day or something one year on VHS. That's when we finally got real versions.
I think that too. I remember watching. Oh, that's another thing we did. We got all the way through Return of the Jedi.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah.
No, not all the way through. We still got 30 minutes left. So no, we didn't. We didn't finish it. I was like, come on, it's finally gonna happen. It's gonna be the end. No, so we didn't make it through. We made it up to that, and we have 30 minutes left, which we're gonna watch tonight.
Cool. So you're watching the whole saga, right? All 9 plus the 2 or 3 other ones?
Yeah, a lot of stuff makes sense now that especially since like Solo and Rogue One were kind of the two that were there's definitely information in the later ones that you never would have known without those, and those are fairly new movies.
Yeah, those are both in the last couple of years. I like Solo. Honestly, I think that might be my favorite Star Wars movie right now, which is probably not a popular opinion, but I don't care.
It was pretty good. I think Rogue One, it was probably because we had such a hard time watching it on Disney Plus with it freezing all the time.
Oh. But
like the action was really cool, but
yeah, there
wasn't a whole lot interesting going on other than like the main, this is why this movie exists to explain this.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I really enjoyed the good parts, but the slow parts, I was like, fucking just get it done.
I do have to say that the oldest ones, 4, 5, and 6, the originals, the graphics and the visuals are way better than I ever remembered them being.
Well, they redid them too in the 90s, late 90s. They put a lot of extras in them.
Yeah, I think that A New Hope they did a lot with that one, and then the next two they didn't do so much with so recently.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. Some of it looks really funny. Like some of it's definitely stop motion for like the big, the walkers, the AT-ATs.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes they look a little strange, and sometimes you can tell there's like a green screen or a screen or something But
Yeah.
overall, it's way better than I ever thought it was.
They did awesome for having to like actually shoot all those effects, like real effects, not like computer. Like the first one, when they added all the computer stuff, I thought it was cheesy. Like when Solo walks around Jabba, because in the original version that's a person, but in the newer version they make it Jabba the Hutt, the big fat slug guy, and he steps on his tail. I thought that was lame. I didn't care for that. Or like they added a bunch of animals in Mos Eisley and stuff, and I was just like, I don't like that as much.
I remember that because we just saw that the other day. Actually, that's Return of the Jedi. That's the beginning with the Jabba the Hutt stuff.
Well, there's more. There is Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi, but in A New Hope, when Luke and Obi-Wan are trying to hire Han Solo and Mos Eisley, Jabba the Hutt for him, and right before they get on the Millennium Falcon, he's talking to him and like, hey, I got your money. I just need to do this job. That was a person originally, just a big fat guy in a like fur leather, like fur vest kind of thing. And then when they redid it on the computer, they did it with the slug version of Jabba the Hutt.
I want to see that because I don't know that.
It's super. I hate it.
Huh.
I don't like it.
I'm going to have to look it up. And
Look it up. Now you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, it looks so bad. What the fuck?
yeah, so we still got the newest 3 to watch, which I think we can get the first 2 newest.
Dude, the third one just came out Christmas, so it'll probably be streaming here in a not too distant future.
I want to get Ford versus Ferrari. It's on the PlayStation Store, but I'm not going to pay money for it. I'm just going to get it on Netflix. Or not Netflix. Redbox.
It's on Amazon right now, too, but I have not. They wanted $20, and I was like, no, I'd rent it, but I'm not buying it. Especially a digital copy. I'm not buying a digital copy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll have to wait a little more.
Yeah, it'll come out soon.
Well, I hear Will yelling, and so they're up from nap.
Uh-oh.
And you got to go tend to your meat.
I gotta go beat my meat. It's on the smoker.
What the hell was that? There was a movie or a show or a game, and there was a meat place, and their slogan was, you can't beat our meat, or something like that.
Can't beat our meat.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I feel like we can just call this a short one.
Okay.
And I'll go, man, it's almost 3 o'clock already. Jeez, I gotta go to work in a few hours.
Yeah. It's working like 12 hours.
Oh, do you normally work Saturday? Or was that just a thing that happened? Oh, wait. You weren't working Saturday. You were out. For some reason, I thought that you had to work. Never mind.
No, I went four-wheeling yesterday.
Okay.
That's why I wasn't available during the day.
For some reason, I thought that, like, oh, man, he has to work. And then I had the thought of maybe he has to work every Saturday. And we're doing this at 7 o'clock Friday. And he's got to go to work the next day.
No, I work Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. typically. Now that I'm off the truck, it works out.
Oh, that's better. I hate work until 5 because it's like the perfect time to take the longest to get home out of the whole day.
Yeah, especially in Denver. It's pretty rough there. Here, there's not really much of a rush hour, but yeah, Steph's usually home by I'm usually home at 4. Steph's home at 4:30. We hang out, we cook dinner, and then we go to bed kind of early because she gets up early when she works. Like, she's at work now on Sunday. This is her last week of training, so next video she'll be done with training. She'll be a 911 dispatcher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, next time we're supposed to have Andrew Jenkins here. Yeah, we'll try it again, see if we can all make it at the same time.
Yeah, now he has to because we called him out on here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in. No, he told me. I said, hey, you just want to do next Friday, and he's like, yep, okay. So we'll try again. Hopefully, we'll have him next time, and
yeah. Good luck with that.
Hopefully, I get my letter from the other dealer this week, so I can send that off to them and start getting that crap underway.
That'd be cool too.
I don't know. That's all I got.
That's all I got. I got not a lot going. Well, I got a lot going on, but not anything exciting. So maybe it's supposed to snow all week, off and on. So I don't think I'll be doing anything real exciting this week other than working. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go start a fire in the fireplace.
Ooh,
We'll
yeah.
get some dinner going and call it a weekend.
Sounds like a good plan to me. I'm gonna go tend to my meat and get that going, and then I don't know, wait for Steph to come home, I guess.
Man, that was nice when I had a day when I worked 410s. I always had a day during the week off, and nobody
Yeah.
was home, and I could do all the recording and work and stuff when no one was home. And now people are here when I get home every day. Damn people.
They're your people you like, though. Say yes. Ah, jeez. Pretend to like them anyway.
Okay. Oh man.
All right. Let's call it. Let's sign up.
All right. So we'll see you next time.
See you
Bye bye.
next time. Good luck with that. Bye.